So, hello everybody. It's been a little while since I've streamed a video game. But today we are going to have a go at Beginner's Guide. Hello, Gregory. So I've never played this before. And we're sort of we're doing this as sort of a future-proof games thing, something to try. So if folks in chat want to talk about, I don't know, anything from this game to our games to whatever, feel free to do so. Gregory is also is the other half of Future-Proof Games. So if you have detailed questions about Exploit Zero-Day puzzles, I will probably not be well equipped while streaming to answer those, but Gregory probably could, which would be weird, but interesting. Alright, so let's get started. Uh-oh. I did turn closed captioning on, so we will see where those words land. They might be right behind the little banner.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder.
Oh,
so, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game.
Alright.
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Warning. Whisper machine active. Ship destruction imminent.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
This is interesting. It's very urgent.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
Oh no.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Me too. I like... Is that a corner also? Yeah, that's a corner of the box.
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it.
Oh god.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it. Or if you'd really like
Oh,
to
hell
solve the
yeah.
labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
No, no. I knew that was gonna happen.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper Machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper Machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
I guess inaction is an option.
This is not a branching point, unfortunately. The only option is to step into the beam.
Oh.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Nice. Ooh. Man.
The beam causes you to start floating.
Screw that labyrinth.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay. So. I have wondered if this is going to have some sort of Fight Club-esque ending. Wondered if the two people are the same. I've wondered if
try walking backwards.
Coda is dead.
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Oh. That's... Well, alright. Can I fall? No. Okay, so you're confirming that Davy is not Coda. Okay. Hope that's not a huge spoiler. Because this could be like a game dev trying to get their mojo back, you know? Oops.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Oh. I like this game. This small one that I am playing. And the large one I am playing. Ah. Should I go back and see if there's more text? Okay. No, okay. It is a little nauseating to move in this fashion, but that's... We will get through this. Ah!
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Uh-oh. This is a very small space. I cannot wander off. Oh no. Park death. Should I walk backwards again? No, I'm kidding.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting. Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, jump off. Nope. Okay.
I know it's tempting, but there's actually nothing over here.
Oh.
Sorry.
This also makes me want to play Stanley Parable again. Of course. As many things do. There's not a run button. Whoa.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Is Dr. Lingoslav the one that Jack DeKeat worked on? Ooh. What? The game is nothing but giant blocks of text explaining what's happening.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Oh, this is cool. Sharks are trying to eat you simultaneously. You're trying to eat the
Coda would
sharks.
often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
A game of only posters and concept art showing what the game is intended to be. Oh. I do not have small ideas for games like that very often. I want to cultivate a practice of thinking that way. Dr. Langiskov the Tiger and the Terribly Cursed Emerald, a whirlwind heist. Oh, Jack DeKeat and the other main creative. Cool. I wonder if Jack DeKeat does game design work also, or if it's just, quote-unquote, just the music. Also, that's a very long title. I feel like it is worthy of the two people in chat. Worthy of the two people in chat who like long titles with commas and colons.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Well.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Both of you. Like, long-ass titles. I mean, moderate in length. I don't know. I would call that pretty damn long.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
What the ever-lovin' hell?
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
So, in what editor do those 12 words fit on one line, Lucy? Because it's not Twitch chat. What in the hell?
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Can just walk away for a while.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
I'm guessing my clicks are audible. I can tell I'm trying to work the toilet in the sink. Can I walk this edge? There we go. I thought that would be the exterior facing door. It's probably not a thing worth experimenting with. I'm curious. Okay, it is that door, but... Alright, well, guess I'll do the thing. Too many stairs. Whoops. Oh, hell. Alright. Do I think I can not really jump very far? Where did I come in from? Must be wherever that slice is up there. Ooh. Oh my god, I'm going to get sick. Okay. God. Y'all just see me fall out of my chair on the webcam, it's because I fell in this game too far. I might just tip over. I don't understand. Oh, there's a wall there. I don't understand how motion sickness works, and why some games make it happen and others don't. I do like jumping puzzles, especially when all you have to do is go down. It's like... And there's no death. Well, I mean, no, like, splat death. If there are horses in there, I'm going to be concerned. Or prisoners. Well. This is a very institutional feel. I think my worry should not have been horses. Well, that didn't seem like a smart thing for me to do. In fact, it seems like a very unwise thing for me to do. No. Alright. Well. Oh shit, I should have tried to get off. No thanks. Oh. No. Well. It's nice knowing y'all.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
The fuck?
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Well, I just got cozy though.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
That's bad. That's daunting. That looks like a surface. Yep. Just making all this easier, I think. I mean, I guess if you're sitting in the prison for that hour, then it's not playable while you're there, is the stance. But clearly that's debatable. I mean, the rest of this is playable, regardless.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Do you
There's
think...
still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Do you think Game Davey thinks this entire thing is not playable, or just that segment? Also, I'm very interested in the face. Oh, you're doing the 3 dots. Okay. textures are weird. Uh-oh.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Alright, let's play coy. Let me describe it for you. Let me tell you all about what is over there. Oh, good point. Alright, so number 3 is, alright, I will tell you how to solve it. So, let's say... Sure, I'll tell them how to solve it. Uh-oh. Can I really not jump up there? Alright. There's no crouching. That was weird. Oh. Oh no. Is this forever? Number 1 is, yes, do you want to know how to solve it? 2 is, no, I've been right here this entire time. I'm gonna say I've been right here this entire time. You can sit in the black space in the middle. What happens if I solve it? Why would I sit in the black space? And who are you? I think I'm interested in the black space. Uh-oh. All right. This reminds me of like the surface of something that was 3D printed at a lower resolution, or you know, like
so we make
not high detail.
Down to the final floor of the level. It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed. with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
All right. Oh no. This is pretty. I like the architecture of these spaces that quote-unquote Coda is making. Oh. The internet is mean.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person.
Typos, though.
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
I just saw a flying penguin.
But it's ironic, isn't it?
Oh, well,
that in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him.
Jesus.
And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Oh. Am I not gonna get to go down there? Oof. Oh, there's all that stuff. All right. This is like my first 5 minutes playing Demon Souls. Oh. Well, obviously you have to look for a switch. Did it say I could make notes? No. Whoa. I do not hear chimes. All right. A very good game. I think this is not going anywhere. Next time I will do better. Oh. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Lucy, what do you mean by coda metaphor? About how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. There is whispering in the background here. It's a little worrying. Cabbage shapes our nation. I like cabbage. Cabbages. Ah, I see. Oh. The little game or the big game?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces.
Whoops.
Before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
That's my question.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
I might want to take a break soon, just to stretch a bit. Get some more water. Ease up on the bad feeling from moving in this game. Oh, well, I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm still in this room. Fallen London has taught me to have a gut-wrenching reaction to seeing wells that are big enough to look into, or possibly fall into, or possibly have something come out of. Guess maybe the ring should have done that first, but I Did not pay a ton of attention to that game. Or movie. Oh, noes.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
How about a TV with surround sound, a refrigerator, or put a giant hole in the ground? I'm gonna go with put a giant hole in the ground. That... Okay. Well, along the wall of the room. Let's put a huge picture of a horse. I'd really like a washing machine. Or 10 stoves lined up along the wall. 10 stoves, for sure. That's not 10 stoves. I feel ignored. A skylight, full ceiling window. Let's open this baby up. I'm thinking 10 by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling lights with fluorescent trim. Or we'll put live Tesla coils in the corner, in each corner. Yeah. I am definitely unheard. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. And tables were invented in 1935.
There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Nope. Well, okay. Uh-oh. This is... Yes, I do require all comments on the game to specify whether they mean the current little game or the big game. Oh, this is... Alright, table. Picture, toggle the lamp. Which left? Oh, the left side sofa. Alright. Move it over a little bit. Oh, okay. All right.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
It's too dark. Can I go inside? No. Like I should be looking for a table to start clicking. Are we about to go Doctor Who up here? How is this the final version of those other games? Oh no. New phone, who dis? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. Yep, I was the furniture. Was in the furniture maze.
And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows.
I was in the...
that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Yep, I was in the escape tutorial, and yep, I was in the reverse prison. I'm gonna say the escape tutorial. Oh no. Actually, I'm already forgetting what being in the prison was like. It's strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in the prison. And it feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. Oh. No, I'm really the same person now as I was back then. Or, it actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. Age just kind of does that, you know. I'm still me, but I'm not somehow. It's hard to describe. Ooh. Remember to enjoy being who you are right now. It won't last. No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Or, yes, I did get a call. That's how I escaped. Yeah. All they told me was to be sincere. They asked me how I felt about being imprisoned. They just talked to me for a while. Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Just talk to me, or it will make sense. I will be here for as long as you need.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Okay, so let's take about a 5-minute break, maybe less. I'm gonna get some water, so on and so forth. So I will be right back. are successfully back. You can hear one of my poor cats stuck in a cone, scratching uselessly. Alright. This is August 2009. Alright. Let's rock and roll. Ooh, this is cool. I like the clouds. It's a good sky.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between. Just so you're aware, nothing will happen up here until you've been inside the house.
Okay. Well. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
The art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Lousy homes make home loners? Okay. Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. Well now, you might just be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you could do it all night? I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? It's a bathroom. It's like I'm playing Sunset. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? All the little details matter. Ooh, it's been a long time since I've seen a house this messy. I don't think being mean is the way to go here. How'd you end up doing this job? A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have gotten some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Oh, speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come out and straighten these pillows here? I feel like this bookshelf needs some help, but we can do the couch first. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there? Yes, I'm going to take a mop and apply it to this table surface. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. Yeah, make it especially cheesy. That's... ... No. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. But not too human. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? the game is not mentioning too human. I mentioned too human. Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these
After
dishes
the
off the
intense
table? Wait,
setup
hold
for
on.
games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Are all houses this easy to clean? Darling, let me tell you something. In your lifetime, you're gonna clean a lot of houses. And among all of those, a few of them will stick out as truly wonderful, beautiful experiences. And none of them will be the ones that were easy. Just something to think about while you
The
smooth out the
little
rug in the
landscape.
bedroom.
Of all
Motherfucker.
of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was, like, grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Earlier, when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was gonna say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Heh. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get it, that's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. There's a bit of truth in it, no? ... Anyway, so, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Ooh, this is getting terser. Oh my goodness, those pillows over there on the couch are a real
I'm
mess.
glad he found some peace.
... Question?
But,
Do
of
you
course,
enjoy this?
It can't last.
Oh.
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Why are you saying in-game Davy is such a fucking jerk? 'Cause I'm curious. No, I don't want to go towards the light.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was
Oh.
the point of it.
I mean, sure. Definitely, yeah. Oh.
This one gets a bit goofy.
Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through
It
the
is
game,
so
the
easy.
perspective shifts.
Being perfect is effortless. Oh, fuck.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Sort of move around the classroom. That's fucking cool. Okay, well, I guess this is the key. How do we achieve it with no effort? Can I pick other things? I should try. Ooh. Well, let me tell you right now, if this isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. Being alone, let me... Nope. Okay, so I picked being alone must be awful, which is number 3, and now I seem to be in a track of number 3s. Drinking is not hurting my life. What is this doing? If you're torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Alright. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Jesus. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. What is this? What is happening right now? None of these are good. I do not want to say any of these things. And I'm also not sure they matter. Haha, just kidding. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? There is no truth, there is no path. Haha, just kidding. What if I'm not a good teacher? Do what's easiest, do what's simplest, feel what's true. Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Yeah, I feel like I have to warn people about whatever in the hell. Nothing, no one. It's coming for you, it's going to destroy you. Everybody run, run. Everybody run.
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human.
Like the cyst? Like what?
I think about this game a lot these days.
What? What? Okay.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
This looks like the photos we have up at the day job of construction sites being built all over the place. Can I click the table? Is there a lamp in here? No, wait. Uh-oh. How long is this game? Like, is it 4 hours, 10 hours, 100 hours? Oh. I would be pleased with that. Seeing a stage makes me think of the turning point in many of the other 2 of these sorts of games that I have played. Especially since, isn't the cover screen of the game this stage? I feel like it is. Aww. Alright. Can I... Oh. And I'm going a little slow, so that works. What's in all these boxes? That... What? Am I just going through them? Yes. Yes, okay. Am I capable of going through other things? No. But not all of them? What? Okay. I don't assume that's a bug, but I don't necessarily have to suss out a mystery. Or maybe I do. Okay, so some couple of boxes can be walked through. Is there anything? Okay, that's just a weird thing, I think. Well, I mean, the show must go on, right? Well, okay. Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. That's cool. Good. Stay right there. The woman across the room in the chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. I'll say hello. Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Because if I talked about the bathroom, maybe? That was like... I don't know. Biology. I'm super scared right now. Oh, super, super scared. No, no, no. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Wise. Hey. Happy, focused, successful. I bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? I bet you've learned to lean into the pain. I like that. You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was writing on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Oh. Uh-oh. No. Okay, yes. Now this is working.
Ends with this eerie premonition of what's going
This is
to
what it
happen
was
next
like.
in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success.
This is perfect.
The answer for Coda is to withdraw.
This is really
Hide
wonderful.
himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago,
You're
where
doing
it
great.
just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Mobius trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Really? I don't know if I can do this. I think I have to look. Yeah, okay. Why did I go blind? I can't see. Oh, you said do it? Okay. Well. I can't, like, look at chat and not look at the game. So, I guess I'll just sit here with my eyes closed. And maybe move around and fuck some shit up. Alright. I don't know what happened. Oh, no.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already.
All right.
It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
There's a giant door, then my vision went black. Are we gonna crash? What's going on? Oh, hello. It's a big ass. Alright. I can't die like this. Oh. It's very Star Trek. Research? Hmm. Oh, I just stop it is to speak something as honest. Okay. The only way to stop it is to speak something that's honest. I'm bursting creativity. I can't keep making these. My work is always fun. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth. I don't feel it anymore. I'm out of ideas.
I was
it's
getting
draining
concerned.
me.
First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking.
It's
so
draining
where's
me.
that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him.
Keep going.
Not like
Keep
he's having
talking.
trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual.
I can't figure out
You know
how to
sometimes
say
a
the
person
thing.
will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time. It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I have to work harder. We're going to be okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Alright, no prompt on this one. What is this? Oh. Ooh. That music, though. What was that Hugh Jackman movie that, for some reason, I think is associated with that other magic movie? The Illusionist? The Ventriloquist? Never mind. Anyway, he sat around and meditated and stuff at a tree, and it was oil photography or something. I don't know. I get weird thoughts. Let's see. Where's the hand come from? How do I get here? Who's there? Let's see. Hello? Is anyone there? Oh. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. Oh. When I try to create, I feel empty. Don't read into this as, like, if it were me. It's not. Oh, no. What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going, and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. There was a machine that kept me going, and it stopped. Oh, Greg. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it to know why it stopped. I can take you to it, but there's a problem.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly
It's
about
guarded
his creative
by a difficult
frustration,
puzzle.
this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
If you can help me solve the puzzle, we'll find the machine. Deal? And then deal. Doesn't matter what I say, does it? So, we'll make a deal. Perfect. Come along, I'll show it to you.
Because from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Here's the puzzle. What do you think? Hey, I recognize this. I've solved this puzzle before. Let's say I'll recognize this. Oh, wonderful. Can you tell me how to do it? First you have to open the door. Okay, now what? Now you have to close the first door. Alright, what's next? Now just press the switch here. Ah, that was so simple.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness.
I can't believe I've never solved it
doesn't work
before.
that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Is that true? Ah. Hey, that's what I said. Okay, here we are. The sounds in the back. Sort of someone gasping, crying. What are you talking about? Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Alright, making games is effortless. Ah, that feels wonderful. Why did the walls just crumble? Don't worry about it, just keep talking. You keep saying that creation is easy. It's easy, it never stops being easy.
Seeing
Yes,
this game at the
that's
time that he
wonderful.
made it
Keep
looked
going.
really unhealthy to me. I was watching him
Hey,
do this
it's
to
me,
himself,
I'm
and I
you.
hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
This game feels, or Davy in the game seems like a sweetheart. by which I mean not a sweetheart, very naive. Let's see. Just never stop creating and you'll never feel bad.
This
Perfect.
is someone I really cared about.
That feels
And I used to
fantastic.
get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Please, where is the machine? Patience. You have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please, continue. Greg the cat, I cannot have you crying in addition to the audio of this game. It always pays off eventually. Yes, more. Keep going.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort?
Anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
I will be saved by my work. Incredible. That's it. I'm free. I'm free.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
This is buck wild. I am fond of box head creatures. Greg the cat. Oh, Jackie's already up here. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. I intend to be quiet. I intend to be brutal. I intend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Okay. Also, one more thing you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Box heads are just so cute. I didn't know that there are more of them. I've heard of Gravity Bone, but I don't even think I've seen a screenshot of it. Do you know, did you capture the machine? Will it be punished? Do you know where the poisonous games have come from? Look at the style of this building.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped. You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. Maybe. I don't know what the answer to this is. There's 3 dots in here somewhere? Shit, I missed it. Maybe it was before this room? Oh. If that's it. Boy, your work was keeping us healthy, which I'm not sure is true. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? It's only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. Oof, I don't like these options. It's only because of your creation. I guess I have to be mean here. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? I've been so alone. Ooh, shit. Wait, what? Pump the brakes. Apologize for leaving me. The machine is not responding. At least not in text form. What? I have seen the thing you fear? I don't actually know that I have. Alright then, I will apologize to the people on your behalf. Ooh. Oh no. My followers. Let's be what we are. I have a troubling revelation. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine will not apologize to us. This is not important. We are stronger than it thinks. Oh boy. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Let us show it that we are not failures. Whoa. It's like, alright. I think we will destroy everything the machine has created. Leave the machine alone. Brief diversion. I lit a candle before starting the stream, and I'm very pleased I did. It smells very nice.
Remember, you can click to fire the gun.
Coda, I'll make sure your work dies. I'll make sure you're known forever.
So
Oh,
now
wow.
the work is becoming self-destructive.
I'll make sure you're
And I'll tell
known
you, At
forever.
the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Oh no.
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realized that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him?
Why wouldn't it?
If he could see the difference it would make, to
Coda's
have
a
more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would
Oh.
it bring meaning back into his work?
I don't think you understand how... It does look like the Marionettes Theater. Oh my god, I thought that too. I actually looked for the tracks, the slide out, the we were there, we were here, we were here. The things from the story. That's just such a good game. I like the way this destruction is working. Like, oh, fuck. Whoops.
So I
Well,
started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
oh god, this dude. This is pure cutscene at this point. Put down your weapon. I can shoot, and that's it.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Why does he feel good about other people liking someone else's games? I mean, not that, you know, there's collegial.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while.
Game, Davey. Let's talk about
So
this.
this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email.
I think Davey's the big
and
eyeball
it's got
in
a
the back of
private
the
link to a new game of Coda's.
eyeball in the back of the lecture hall.
This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
I don't know when this game came out, so I don't know if 2011 is how many years before this game 2011 is.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work.
Is it?
Because more than anything else, the tower
'Cause-
just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Where's the light coming from? Not that I spend my time looking for light sources in video games, but... Yeah, I think the machine is supposed to be Coda.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Well,
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
fucking seizure warning.
But I do want to show you the rest of the
Jeez.
levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Should I don't think... Should I try and solve it? I don't see... There's no, like... I can't, like, throw salt or throw sand and get the shape of things. Alright, we'll just do a bridge. Alright, oh, sorry. Alright, we're not gonna do that again.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
I think I have questions about Game Davy. I might have more questions about Game Davy than I do Coda. Coda seems like a person moving on with their lives. Game Davy seems stuck in someone else's.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
151617. My life in a world of two-factor authentication is memorizing 6-digit numbers quickly. Okay, actually, good question is 15, 16, 17. What... Does that ring any bells for anything? Like, I don't remember there aren't numbers in the other games we've played so far, unless that's the count of how many if one of those is the count of how many 3-dot things we've encountered so far. I don't think, that seems like a high number, though. 15 does. Whee!
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress.
I think Davy's being fucked with at this
And
point.
it's scary for me. The idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely. Just saying, you know, that's it. That's the end of the conversation. Not giving me any way to fix the problem.
Aha!
I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Were they dating?
But I can open this door for you, so...
This sounds, you know, this sounds like a bad relationship. Apologize, recognize that you have hurt people. I don't know.
Failure for not understanding this game? You know, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
Craig just ranting at this point. I mean, you're not wrong, but...
I remember. It's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person.
Clearly.
I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
It's a lesson on how to treat indie devs well. Stop making so many fucking assumptions.
I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him.
What?
I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Oh. Oh dear. I don't feel like I need to figure this out before everything is revealed, but... Oh dear. This is gonna end Oh, we have color. Other colors.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
There's still only 3 lights? Okay.
Where did I screw up?
Square one, my dude. Square one. Whoa. 3 dots? In the lights? I did not see 3 more dots. Of course, I guess it could have been up to you 30 seconds ago. Fuck.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Okay, the lights in the archway. I feel like I'm instantly in a museum. It's a little cabling. The cats are not in the game. There are a variety of noises in this game, and Greg the cat is not one of them.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
You've so infected my personal
And
space as possible.
the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
This is not good. Giving them something that is not yours to give. Oh, shit.
And then you stopped. And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing.
Okay.
Less than nothing. What does that mean?
How has the ending of this game never been spoiled to me? I just really need something. Oh. Okay, cat. Can you, like, give me, like, 20 minutes? New ideas. Stop making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. Ooh. floaty text. Uh-oh. Ooh. Ooh. When it clicks, that you make peace with the thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
Uh-oh. You finally see what I'm talking about. Oh dear.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again?
There's drift.
Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me?
Yes.
Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Hold on. I'm not drifting. The room is getting smaller. Greg the cat, you're annoying me. But hopefully charming people who are listening. Oh, alright.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
I'm glad that y'all are charmed. He seems okay. They seem okay. So I'm not worried. But I think they are getting hungry. Is this a, take the train the fuck out of here and leave me alone situation? Alright, well, I guess I'll get in the train. Cozy.
Solution.
Okay. I'm a fan. I like that. 9 3/4. I'm gonna guess that's a Harry Potter reference. of Half-Life 2 in reverse. Oh, I never saw the opening of Half-Life 2, I don't think. Just Half-Life.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
It's an interesting thing to make and analyze.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
I have lots more Foucault to read. I don't want it to be over. Oh, well, alright. Is this it? Oh god, okay. I need to know if Davy comes to some sort of realization here. It's a very pretty game. I hope that this inspires Lucy to play Stanley Parable.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Greg the cat, relax.
What now?
And now we travel through some large creature's small intestine.
I think I need to go. And
I think you need to have done
I'm
been
sorry,
gone.
because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
You still there? I feel like I should walk through the archways. Feels important and significant. My apologies for the yawns. No. Not yet. Alright. Getting attacked by cats. It's good timing on being pretty much done with the game. Once I fall down this hole that will take me back to the beginning. No, wait, hold on. Are you serious? You can't be serious. You said an hour and a half. Ah, so if I had snooped around, could I have come down here from the beginning place? Probably not. Beginner's Guide to what, actually? How to be a human being that doesn't stalk and plague people? Put in some skylights. Let's open this place up. Oh, yeah, it's the beam. Will I float or will I die? Also, did Davy add the floating? There we are. Wait, what? Hold on. That's not where I was. Well, here we are. I hope that the labyrinth was procedurally generated and not done by hand. Well,
Turn back from this cave.
it's worrisome.
You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave
So.
goes
Drop game volume a little bit. Maybe. Yes. Greg has decided to come around. So, that was a weird game. I'm glad I played it. Did Davy actually learn anything? Or just that they need to learn to apologize? Oh, I wasn't actually reading the credits. Damn. Yay, Maddie Bryce. my fave. Well, that was the beginner's guide. And I think I'll call the stream for the day. Perfectly timed. Thank you for helping me in my game choice, Greg, since I have a list of 17 games that I want to stream. So, yeah. For anyone else watching, Gregory and I are Future Proof Games. We make video games. Twitter handle is on the screen. And you can find our games at futureproofgames.com. I also don't know that Davey learned anything. Not anything concrete. Because the message was, once you realize what you've done, then stop talking. Don't say anything. And they kept on talking. So, I'm not sure leaving is the same as not saying anything. But, yeah, good game. I'd be interested in, so when I was alone in the room or in the hallway with the machine and I had the gun, should I have shot it like I did? Should I have kept shooting? Should I have... I don't know what I should have done. I don't know if it would have mattered at all. But anyway, so I think I will call the stream there for today. And I think Greg will be streaming next week. Something of their choosing. So until then, talk to you later.